I think that's the toughest part about the English language is that everyone uses the same word, but they mean something different. One time my wife said to me, "Let's go shopping," and I thought, "Okay, what are we getting?" And she said she was going to get a sweater. So do you want to go with me? And I said, sure. If we're going to go get a sweater, let's go. I'm thinking we're going to go get a sweater. She's thinking we're going to go shopping. And I didn't realize that that was a completely different idea until we got to the mall. Because when we got to the mall, I was on a mission. I'm looking in every place we're going. Is this the right sweater? Is this the right sweater? Is this the right sweater? And she was like, could you leave me alone about the sweater? I'm trying to shop. And I thought, well, I thought we came to get a sweater. She said, no. We've come to go shopping, and while we're shopping, we'll get a sweater. Like, oh, okay. So I had to make a decision. Was I going to make her unhappy because I felt like I was misled into having this event, this shopping event that's going to take hours, and I had other things I wanted to do? Or was I going to accept her definition of shopping since she's the one who gave the invitation anyway? And just realize that we're not having just a transaction where we just run in and grab a sweater and pay for it and go home, but we're actually having a trip together. We're having an experience. And I decided I'd go for the experience. That was smart. I think that was very smart. Thank you. So I think the same thing happens when we talk about financial planning. Everyone says they want retirement. Everyone uses the same word, retirement. Really, what does that actually mean for you? Does that mean that you're never going to earn another dollar and you're going to depend on your investments, you're going to depend on whatever instruments you have in terms of pensions or things like that to make your income work? Or does that mean that you just want to leave this job and you want to find something else? You want to retire from this job and you want to go do something else that you feel is more meaningful for you. And understanding what you mean by the word retirement and what your spouse, let's talk about spouses for a minute, and what your spouse means by the word retirement. It's really important. You come across the person who says, I can finally stay at home. I can get up late in the morning. I can get my coffee at 10 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock. I can take my time. I can watch the shows I want. I can go out and kind of just lazy, or kind of have a lazy day whenever I want. I can choose not to see people. And you pair that up with the spouse who says, now I get to see everybody I wanted to go see. Now I get to go to the places I've never been before. Now I get to experience some cultures that I've never experienced before. And all of a sudden you've got this person who feels like, I want to go see the world, and I want to talk to different people, and I want to be able to enlarge my life. And they are tied to a person who wants to condense their life. They don't want to be out there anymore. And they just want to kind of have the cocoon of being in retirement. That's really tough to come across. And it's funny that people will say, I'm thinking about retiring then, and they say, yeah, I'm thinking about retiring then too. But they never really talk about, well, what does it mean to retire? And really they don't give it any thought because it's too far away. It's too hard to describe. It's too hard to get into it. It's almost disappointing to think about retirement now. It just depresses you that you can't retire now. So why think about it? Why talk about it? And then we get to the point where we really want to retire. We find that we have some major differences in what it means. And that causes some problems. And that's where the challenge begins. How do we resolve those problems? How do we resolve that? How do we begin talking the same language? And that's where we find the commonalities of this is what I want, this is who I am, and I realize this is what you want and this is who you are. Here's the intersection of those things. Let's focus on the intersection while allowing each one of us the freedom to express our individual needs as well.